What is up? The Bench Buddies are back finally for another video, as today we'll be breaking down our 10-team PPR fantasy draft.
This is a fun one, guys.
It'll be a fun video. We got a few friends in this league. We just been doing it for a while now. This is my second year in it. It's actually Ethan's league, but we'll get right into it, and we will start with Josh's team. Ethan, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So with Josh's team, he started with the number 1 overall pick, and keep in mind this is a 3-keeper league. So the previous owner had 3 keepers on the team before, and he selected Antonio Gibson with his first round pick. I mean, he could be a solid running back. I just don't. If you look up and down his team, he's got Dak Prescott. We like him at quarterback. He's got injury risk. We don't know how he's going to do. And then Melvin Gordon. Quinn, your thoughts on Melvin Gordon, man?
No good. That's it.
He's not going to start.
No.
I got the starting running back there. And then his receivers are decent with Mike Evans and Amari Cooper and OBJ, but he's not really a fantasy wide receiver. DJ Chark's a decent number 3 receiver.
I don't know, that bench, he might need to drop ETN already. And
yeah.
That bench just looks super thin to me. That's why he's kind of 10 on our list here.
He's got a good kicker. Justin Tucker's always a top 5 type of placement guy, along with Washington football team. So he could get a lot of points from those and help him out. But looking at his tight end, he's got a big liability there at tight end with Robert Tonyan. Averages about 5 a game, I'd say.
He's pretty much a touchdown or bust.
Yeah, if he doesn't score a touchdown, he'd be like 3 or 4 points. All right, so let's move on to the number 9 team. We got
Tanderson, Tyler's team.
Yep. Let's go to him. Number 9. Right, number 9 in our preseason power rankings.
All right, so I'll take this one. So you got his whole team here. I mean, you got Tannehill. He could have a big year with the addition of Julio, and obviously he has Henry and AJ still. Zeke and Najee are 2 workhorse backs. They're going to see lots of carries, be involved in the passing game a little bit. So that could be really, really big for him down the stretch. His receiver in Diggs is going to get probably 10 targets a game.
Guy. That's a great guy.
Then you got Michael Thomas here. Who knows how he's going to do this year? I mean,
he's not even supposed to start the year, is he?
I mean, I think he's trying to, but I don't know if they're going to let him.
Yeah. He does have pretty good depth.
For sure.
Decent.
I think if I was the owner of this team, Sanders and Godwin, those guys are just as good as AB, Pittman, Ruggs, Samuel. So it's really, for me, I would base it off of matchups going into the week, unless obviously, at least for week 1, I would, but obviously as the year goes on, things can change.
His kicker and defense, he's got the Bills kicker, Tyler Bass. He's a good fantasy kicker. He had a good year last year. Saints defense, I'm not too high on this year, especially being in the NFC West or NFC South, I mean, with the Falcons high-powered offense, the Buccaneers high-powered offense, and the Panthers are getting better. So I think he's going to make a defensive change at some point here soon. But yeah, like I said, I don't know about Ezekiel Elliott. He could have a good year. He's one of those guys that can get like 15, but I don't see too much. I don't really value Zeke too high, which is why he's kind of at 9 for me. All
right. Then at 8, we have AJ's team, Mike Tyson's friends. We have potentially the best quarterback in fantasy in Kyler Murray, just because he could rush for 100 yards a game while throwing for 400.
He can get the rushing yards.
And then he also
DeAndre
has
Swift. He has young running backs, very young running backs. DeAndre Hopkins.
That's my man, number 1 receiver in the league. Even though I'm a big Devontae guy and Packers fan, D-Hop's still number 1. So him and Kyler, obviously that could be a deadly combo. Like that could just get him 60 points a week. Just those 2 combined.
The back end of his team though has a lot of questions with Josh Jacobs, DJ Moore. DJ Moore could be good, solid. Mark Andrews, not a bad pick. But then Devontae Smith, he in my opinion, he reached too early on Devontae Smith. He drafted him in the 2nd round.
I mean, he still got Hurts as a quarterback, who's only started 4 games. But the Jacobs pick, I like, but it also is risky because Kenyon Drake's there now, and he could be taking carries away from Jacobs because he's been a workhorse back for the last 3 years. He's been in the
Right.
league. And DJ Moore, now that Curtis Samuel's gone, it's just him and Robbie Anderson as the two main guys there in Carolina. So that's good. Maybe a late round steal for DJ Moore. Good value for him in that pick.
Yep. Young Hoku, good fantasy kicker. Bucks defense, that's a good pick as well. So it's up and down. See, there's a lot of really good teams in this league. So none of these teams are bad. We're not trying to throw any shade. We're just going through our rankings right now. So let's get on to the next one, which is my team.
Yup.
I went with Justin Herbert in the first round because I figured quarterbacks were going to go early. I decided to get myself a guy right away. Kareem Hunt might be a decent RB2. Then again, he's sharing with Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb's got like 85% of the carries. So,
but it's
Dalvin
PPR
Cook,
league though, so
yeah, he's still going to be decent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We got Dalvin, one of the best running backs in the league. I'm really hoping he doesn't get injured. That would be horrible.
Yeah,
AJ Brown, I'm thinking he's going to have a great season. Travis Kelce, nothing to talk about with that guy. See, my flex.
He sucks.
You were saying
he
earlier,
sucks. Kelce sucks.
Nah, but you were saying earlier with my flex, I could agree because Ronald Jones, you never know about him because Fournette had a great postseason along with Jerry Jeudy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jerry Judy's got a high upside though, which I like him there. Along with Christian Kirk, Devontae Parker. We like Emmanuel Sanders there. Do you like Emmanuel Sanders? I think him with Josh Allen could be good.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, Beasley's there, for the role. So I honestly don't know what Sanders is going to do. Like he was in New Orleans last year and he didn't really do much. So he's looking for a bounce back here. But you pretty much need Cook and Hunt to go off every week.
And the receivers, Kenny Galladay.
You have no depth for running back.
Dude, okay. If Javonte Williams starts though, he'll be good.
Yeah, if Williams gets like week 1 start as a rookie, then I think he'll be pretty good. And I think you'll swap him out for probably Rojo because obviously Tampa still has playoff Lenny in. So I don't know, but obviously the season hasn't started yet. We're still making this video and they haven't announced full like starters and everything. But as of what is today, August 26th. 2 weeks before kickoff.
Exciting.
Yeah, exciting times.
And then we got the Steelers defense and the Chiefs kicker. So that's a good special teams. All right, let's go to the next one.
At 6, we got Camden's team. I'm going to talk super carefully about this team because he's probably going to throw some shade in our comments below. But, let's see. So who did he keep?
He kept Saquon Barkley, George Kittle, and
someone else.
Right now, I don't know.
But so solid with Russ at QB. He's a good, reliable fantasy quarterback, top 10, sometimes even top 5. James Robinson now is a steal because of
absolute steal.
The ETN injury.
He's gonna have a great year now.
Ayuk, if Trey Lance is the quarterback, will be a top 15 fantasy receiver, in my opinion. A-Rob, if Fields is the quarterback, I agree, same thing. And then Gaskin and Carson to round out the flexes. This could be a really dangerous team. He's ranked at 6 right now.
The thing is, let's look at his running back depth. He has A.J. Dillon, who's not going to get anything, and Michael Carter, who could be. He's got high upside, but also a low downside. So if Chris Carson gets hurt, which he always does, he could have some trouble filling in that last flex spot. So that's the only flaw so far.
He also has Sutton too, and
he could
Jarvis.
Be really good.
So those two guys could have breakout years as well. So like, who knows? Obviously, once it's before week 1, but this could be a team at the end of the year that could get hot and potentially make a run for it all.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Let's go. So are we in our top 5 right now?
Yeah, this is 5, and we have Brandon's team.
All right.
Massive sack count. Nice.
So we're going to start with his running backs. The running backs are great. We know it already. We got Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, David Montgomery, and Joe Mixon. That's a really good running back for.
You just skipped over the GOAT like that? I mean, come on, man. Dude. You can't. Dude, come on.
Well, Tom Brady. course.
7 rings. Come on, man.
Sorry, guys. But fantasy-wise, he hasn't been great in fantasy. So there's a lot better quarterbacks that he could have gotten, in my opinion. Tom Brady's the GOAT, but in fantasy, he's not great.
Mm-hmm.
So look at those receivers, though, dude. I mean, Terry McLaurin is good, and Darnell Mooney could have a good year. Juju. Why are all those good receivers on his bench? My question. Got Russell Gage and Marvin Jones. If he's playing the matchup, change your lineup because you're playing against me. So change your lineup, dude. All right.
And then he's got the Bears kicker. Uh-oh, that's no good. Maybe
and the Bears defense. Is this a Bears fan?
He
perhaps?
must be a Bears fan, yeah.
Must be a Bears fan.
Maybe double doink a little bit. That's what his new team name should be. I'm probably gonna get some shade in the comments, but that's all right. I'm a Packers fan, so
we're just messing around.
Yeah, we know what's up. We know how to win a division. Not an NFC championship though.
Kyle Pitts, it's a good tight end to have, but we don't know what's gonna happen. Rookies are just too dangerous to draft right now, even though he does have a high upside. All right.
Then at 4, we have your dad's
He's coming
team.
at 5. Let's go into number 4. We got Jim's team. Another fellow Steelers fan. Top heavy with Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey, along with DK and Justin Jefferson for his receivers. That's a great core. And then if J.K. Dobbins, if he has a good year, that'll help him out. I like Zach Moss. That's a good pick. I like Zach Moss. Jamar Chase could have a good year. Good defense. Dolphins have good fantasy defense.
Especially with Flores as the coach. He's a defensive guy. So, it'll be tough to score on the Dolphins. And obviously they drafted Waddle this year. And Tua's back for his second year, healthier than ever. Gaskin's good. So Dolphins can be a surprise team too for the playoffs.
I agree. Absolutely.
Even in fantasy.
Absolutely. Yep. CMC is going to be a top 5 back again, unless he gets hurt, which if he gets hurt, he really doesn't have much of a chance this year, in my opinion. Because he's kind of top heavy.
Yeah. His second back is Chase Edmonds, and that he's not even like the official, or is he the official starter? I'm not sure.
It's James Conner and Chase Edmonds. So whoever gets it out of those two.
So it could be he needs JK to blow up this year, pretty much, if someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
Then at 3, we have my team.
3 now.
Yes. So I kept Mahomes, Kamara, and Jones. I mean, how can I not? Like, that's potentially 3 top fantasy players right there. So then for my first few picks, I took Keenan Allen, and then I came back and took Robert Woods. And then I had I needed a good tight end because it's a tight end league. So I obviously took Hawkinson. He's a top 10 tight end in fantasy and in real life. So I was thinking
it might be different with this year with Goff.
It could be different, but I mean, obviously Goff had more weapons in LA, and now in Detroit he doesn't have as many. So he could be looking Hawkinson more, less, who knows. So I'm obviously big on LA this year. So I finished off with taking Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, and I actually just picked up Sony Michel. I just think with Stafford,
that was a big pickup.
I mean, as soon as it happened, I needed to get on that because I know that Henderson he's never been the guy. When he's had his chances with Akers out last year a little bit, but he never really produced. So I think Michelle is going to have a huge role. And then Callaway, he went off in the preseason. So I was like, yep, he needs to be on the team. Jameis has targeted him all the time. And then my sleeper pick this year is Corey Davis. He's already got, I think, 15 preseason targets in 2 games. I mean, it's the preseason. It doesn't mean much. Well, if you look into rookie quarterbacks, first year in the new team for the rookie and the wide receiver, Corey Davis, they're already having a huge connection. And I'm hoping that it translates over to the regular season and it could be a good fill-in for me whenever I need.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. People should pick up Corey Davis, everyone. If you're watching and need fantasy help, Corey Davis could be a big sleeper pick.
And then I finished off with kicker Jason Sanders. Last year, they kicked a lot of field goals because Tua couldn't lead him in the end zone. But he's dependent. He only missed, I think, 3 kicks last year, if that. And then I finished with my Packers. Got to get the defense. They're going to be pretty good this year. So hopefully their defense is good, but we'll see.
All right, number 2 in the power rankings. What we got here?
We got Spencer's team. Spender.
So he
Doesn't know how
starts
to
off with
spell.
Aaron Rodgers. His keepers were Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, and Tyler Boyd. So he drafted really well, in my opinion. He got Julio in the first round, and then CeeDee Lamb. I'm big on CeeDee Lamb this year, as long as Dak stays healthy. Mike Gesicki, if
And
you look at his stats for last year, the last like 10 weeks, he was up over 12 points. So that's a good pick there. Damian Harris could be good running back too. The
I mean,
thing
they
is
just
with New
traded
England, you never
Michelle,
know.
so Harris
Yeah.
obviously will get a few more carries now.
Yep.
But
And then Will Fuller, he's good.
this bench is kind of iffy if you ask me.
It's iffy for sure. It's
Fant
just so
always
top
gets
heavy with
hurt.
Devontae and Julio.
Yeah, if when he it's like weeks 1 through whenever he has his first bye, like he'll be a pretty good team. I mean, pretty good team to match up with. Like Rodgers and Devontae, like that's a pretty scary matchup because Tay gets 10, 15 targets a game and goes for over 100. So that could be pretty scary if you play this team. And then we saw CeeDee Lamb ball out with like Garrett Gilbert, Ben DiNucci when Prescott was hurt.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, this is why we've been at 2 because a good starting lineup, and we just think that he has a really good team, good draft, and everything.
All right, let's get to number 1 here.
We got our
Best
boy
team in the
Jerry.
league. We got Jarrison. You talk about this real quick. I'm gonna plug this MacBook in.
Okay. Can you scroll down first? I can't see the team.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have QB. We got Lamar here. Everybody knows Lamar. MVP, running back, even though he's a quarterback. And then Jonathan Taylor, he could be a stud this year or he could be a bust, honestly. I know that people are like, oh, he was really good last year. Well, both of the running backs that got hurt last year for the Colts are back and healthy. So I'm not too high on Taylor just because of that. And then you got Mike Davis in Atlanta. He's finally the RB1. He was the one that replaced McCaffrey last year. But I don't know. I'm not really too high in Atlanta just because they're not a high team, and I think they're going to have to throw a lot because they'll be down. So I'm not high on Davis either. But his wide receivers, pretty much don't have to say a lot. I mean, you got Tyreek Hill, top 5, Calvin Ridley, top 5, Darren Waller, top 3 tight end, Adam Thielen, all reliable, and then Deontay Johnson could be a boom or bust.
High ceiling. He's a high ceiling guy for sure.
And then
I like Deshaun too.
I like Jerry's pick. He took him in the last round, Deshaun, because you never know what that situation is. I mean, if he gets accused, if he gets suspended, if not, like he keeps playing, who knows? Like that could be the steal of the draft moving forward.
Right.
Sure. But Cooks as well, that was a good pick. I was about to take him, and he took him right in front of me, which sucks. But Cooks is reliable every year as well. And obviously, he took himself at kicker. If you want to look up Rodrigo Blankenship, and you see a picture, that is exactly what Jerry looks like. There he is, right there. There's Jerry.
Guy right there.
And and then go on Instagram and search up, or sorry, he doesn't have an Instagram, but go on Ethan and I's Instagram, and we have a few pictures of him on there. And then go on there, and you'll see Jerry, and you'll see the resemblance for sure.
Absolutely. And the Rams defense, we're going to get a lot of sacks with Aaron Donald on that bad boy, along with some picks from Jalen Ramsey. So, in our opinion, this is the best team, up to down. But his projected was 10-0 or 12-0. So that's not going to happen. You never know with these type of things. Yeah. But this is our best guess right now. What's going to happen?
It could, but this is based off of other people's projections too. You know, everyone has their own projections. So, Ethan, I think that's it for us.
If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and comment, subscribe. In our next video, we'll break down our 2021 NFL predictions along with our MVP and our favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. Bench Buddies are out. See you guys. Work out for me.